entered its territory without authorization on Sunday, prompting armed forces to apprehend 16 of them and seize equipment. The territorial dispute between the two West African countries dates back to Sierra Leone's 1991 to 2002 civil war when Guinea deployed troops to help fight rebels. A team has been sent to the area to investigate the incident. In other news, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry in South Africa has been postponed to tomorrow after a crime intelligence officer who handles informants fell ill. His legal counsel brought a postponement application. The commission is probing allegations of criminality, corruption and political interference in the police and criminal justice system of the country. The Madlanga Commission has taken issue with the medical certificate that witness has produced with Commissioner Sesi Baloyi, questioning that it said nothing about his condition.
It is unacceptable that we've got A1 this morning. It says nothing about the condition of the patient and whether this patient has been seen by this person in the way that I've read, that according to my knowledge / I have been informed. It doesn't tell us that whoever signed this saw this patient and that this is their opinion that he cannot come and appear before us.
Now in East Africa, Ugandan police have arrested two women who are both in their 20s after neighbors reported seeing them kiss outside. The act is criminalized under the country's Anti-Homosexuality Act. In a statement, the police say the pair has been taken into custody in the city of Arua. The women remain in custody without access to legal representation. The country's law imposes severe penalties, including life imprisonment for same-sex relations. Japan's defense minister has revealed plans to deploy surface-to-air missiles to an island a little more than 100 kilometers off the coast of Taiwan within 5 years. It's the first time Japan has specified a timeline for deploying missiles to its westernmost island, Yonaguni. The development comes amid raised tensions with China. The BBC's Shamia Khalil reports.
Japan's defense minister announced the timeline for the missiles deployment a day after China imposed export curbs on 20 Japanese companies, citing national security concerns. Shinjiro Koizumi said the Yonaguni unit will be equipped with medium-range surface-to-air missiles able to intercept incoming aircraft. Yonaguni is Japan's westernmost island and is the closest to Taiwan. When Mr. Koizumi was there in November saying the plans were moving forward, Beijing slammed the move, saying it would create regional tension and provoke military confrontation. Within days, it flew drones near the island, prompting Japan to scramble aircraft jets in response.
The top story at 1 Central African time, Zimbabwe has defended its decision to terminate negotiations on a proposed $350 million health funding agreement with the US. That is all for now. For any stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Chanduko Ligege.
SABC News. The African perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
6 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Good afternoon and welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni. I'm riding solo this afternoon because Mmatsheko Mosito decided that she wants to be, traveling in the world and exploring and having fun. Well, she'll be back in no time soon. But here's what's coming up on The Upside this afternoon. We talk about the Aja Abu Cocktail and Spirits Festival, which is returning to Johannesburg and Cape Town in March 2026. Plans for global bar takeovers, masterclasses, and Pan-African talent development. Listen, there are international bars from New York, Mexico City, Nairobi, and Accra, which will be collaborating with local venues. So if you're a spirits fan, this conversation is absolutely for you. And then we talk to the SA Chefs Association. They are bringing the African Culinary Cup back in June 2026 to South Africa at the Cape Town ICC. And the president of the association, Chef Kupile, says the focus this year is education, global partnerships, and professional recognition. And then we head over to the KZN Tourism and Film Authority, who are currently at the Meetings Africa 2026 in Sandton, and we'll find out what the plans are for the year 2028 as they're working to 2028. They generated over 20 billion rand in 2025 in tourism. Now they've got even bigger plans. So stay tuned, stay locked in at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok is where we are streaming live.
The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mmatsheko Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Africa, meet Abedi.
Yeah, that's me.
Abedi is a music lover through and through.
I really love African music.
He's got a taste for all kinds of tunes and spends his days listening to Channel Africa. Guess what? He didn't know.
Okay.
Channel Africa wants to help Abedi and all music lovers everywhere to discover even more incredible music. That is why Channel Africa is calling on all African musicians to submit their music. Musicians, remember to give us all your relevant information. Make your submissions at music@channelafrica.co.za. Submissions are your chance to be heard on radio. But sadly, they do not guarantee that you'll be playlisted. All submissions will be carefully reviewed to see if they meet our station's requirement. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
The safety and well-being of learners is a shared social responsibility. Parents and guardians play a critical role in ensuring safe, reliable, and lawful scholar transport. Parents are therefore urged to take responsibility for the following. Before entering into any scholar transport arrangement, parents must satisfy themselves that the operator uses vehicles with valid roadworthy certificates and operating licenses, and that the driver holds a valid professional driving permit, PDP. By working together, parents, operators, and authorities can protect learners and build a culture of safety on our roads. Issued by the National Department of Transport.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za.
Sola.
After 1 p.m. There we go. 14 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Uzozisola, Justin Vibes coming through there featuring Diamonds of Guijo and Azul Serene. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this Wednesday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Join us live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. The SA Chefs Association, that's the South African Chefs Association, they are bringing the African Culinary Cup back home in June 2026 at the Cape Town ICC. And the president of the association, Chef Kupile, says the focus this year is education, global partnerships, and professional recognition. With 8,000 to 10,000 trade visitors expected, new sponsorship tiers launched, and youth bursaries expanding, SA Chefs is positioning South Africa as a serious global culinary partner while investing in the next generation of chefs. To tell us a bit more about this fantastic, not just the association itself, but the event that we are looking forward to in June this year, is the president, Chef Kupile. Chef, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to The Upside. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me, and it's so great to catch up with you once again.
Always lovely chatting with you, Chef. Let's give context to those who are listening for the first time and want to know the work of the SA Chefs Association. You know, they may be listening from Angola, from Burkina Faso, Mozambique, and they're just not familiar with the work that you're doing. Please paint a picture for us of the work of the SA Chefs Association.
So the SA Chefs Association is the professional body that represents all cooks, chefs, and caterers within the South African hospitality and culinary sector, and that's made up of professional chefs, not really home cooks, but cooks that have the trade, caterers, as well as culinary students and schools, and SA Chefs gives you the platform through various sectors and avenues within the hospitality industry. So be it through training programs, be it through accreditation, be it through events, and more importantly, and I think why we're going to be talking about is competitions. And I think competitions for any young chef is a great platform, to elevate your career to the next level, to participate on not just the national stage, but also have the opportunity of participating and representing your country on the global stage.
Chef, I think it's also very important that people get to know you a bit better because you are the president of this association, but no doubt that's not where you started. And perhaps for those who are embarking on the culinary journey, they would love to hear, where did Chef Khou's journey begin that led him to this moment where you're now the president and you've been at the helm for quite a few years now?
Yeah. So I think, with any chef for that matter, I think it starts off with that spark of passion. Because to be a chef, it has to come from within. You've got to have a love for cooking. You've got to have a love and passion for food. And that's where my love and passion stem from. And I think growing up in a very large family, being surrounded by 9 aunts and uncles and everybody, and then growing up in a very large Indian household, everything revolves around food, be it a celebration, be it just a weekend at grandparents, everybody gathers together and it's about food. And it's not just an Indian household. I think it's just the South African thing to do. And every aunt and uncle, and including my parents, they each had a kind of a signature that they were good at.
Yeah.
And that's how I then, fell in love with food and everything about food. And I started experimenting from a very young age. I still remember, in standard 3, or I think as it's now referred to as grade 5, we had show and tell at school, and I did a whole pizza making demonstration from scratch, mind you, where I actually made the pizza dough in the class, and I asked the teacher for some extra time because I needed my dough to prove and rise. I made the toppings, I made the pizza sauce, and it was such a great experience for me. And I think that's, again, it just elevated my passion even further. But interestingly enough, Tebogo, I actually, after school, I didn't go straight into culinary. I actually studied towards a degree in accounting, believe it or not. And as the universe may have it, doing my vocational work at one of the auditing firms, I was previewed into one of their clients being a hotel, and I was previewed into the back of house of this hotel, and that's where I saw chefs live in action, cooking and flames going up and the shouting and that adrenaline rush that was happening. And that's when I said, this is where I want to be. And I looked forward. I skipped accounting. I then registered at culinary school. I did an in-service training program. And like they say, the rest is history. And 21 years down the line, here I am, sitting as the president of the South African Chefs Association, leading, I think, one of the most noble trades in our working or professional working world. And now also having an opportunity to give back, and not just giving back as president of the association, but mentoring young chefs, speaking to chefs, interacting with professional chefs, and just helping one another out to elevate not just them, but also elevating our trade as chefs.
Oh, what an inspirational story it is, Chef Khou. And we'll get into conversation about the African Culinary Cup. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll understand a bit better what the work and the hope is for this year's African Culinary Cup, as well as Hostex. I hear that's also around the corner. 21 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time, our conversation with the president of the South African Chefs Association, Chef Khou Pillay, continues after this.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix. Historia msikilizaji ya Valentine Day au siku ya wapendanao ilianzia katika nyakati za kale za dola la Roma. Watafiti wengi wa historia wanaamini kuwa siku hii inahusishwa na sherehe za kipagani zilizokuwa zikifanyika kila mwaka katikati ya mwezi Februari, msikilizaji. Sherehe hizo zilijulikana kama Lupercalia na zilifanyika kuadhimisha uzazi, upendo na mwanzo wa majira ya kuchipua.
Zilipendwa
kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
We take no sides, none whatsoever. We are the Upside.
22 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time, still in conversation with the South African Chefs Association President, Chef Kupele, as they get ready for the return of the African Culinary Cup in June 2026. Chef, what is the African Culinary Cup?
So, before we get to what the African Culinary Cup is, I think for us as the South African Chefs Association, it's such a proud moment for us because this is a competition that actually was started by SA chefs under the leadership of former President Stephen Billingham in 2014. And his vision at the time and the board's vision at the time was to create something that was uniquely African. We participate in various global competitions, as you know, with your interactions with us as the association. We have the Global Chefs Competition, we have the Culinary Olympics, but we wanted to, or SA chefs wanted to create something that was uniquely African and it showcase the talent within the continent, and also creating an environment, especially for the developing countries like Ghana and Mauritius and Namibia, who at the time were trying to elevate their culinary skills and standards to that global level. And that was the vision behind why African Culinary Cup was actually inaugurated. And now looking back, and seeing how this competition has grown from only having 3 participating countries on the first one to now where we've invited 15 countries. And let me tell you, since 2014, this African Culinary Cup has traveled, and it's traveled to various regions and countries around the continent, to North Africa, to West Africa. It's even been to the Middle East. And now it's coming back home to Cape Town in June this year. And we are hoping that we do get the 15 invited countries to come through and participate. And these are countries like Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Ghana, Libya, Mauritius, Namibia, and Botswana, just to name a few.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Chef, why is competition so important? I mean, we get to enjoy it as spectators. Like, okay, that's fantastic, pressure in the kitchen. But why is it so important for the professionals to be involved in such competitions?
I think now, especially in the age that we live in, on the digital age, where, let's be honest, everyone's an influencer, everyone's a food critic, and you gotta stay relevant, and you gotta be, trending. You gotta also not be left behind. And I think competitions give you that platform to remain relevant, to know what's happening in other parts of the world, to, also upskill yourself as a chef. Because remember, yes, training schools and culinary schools give you that foundation, but over time, skills also change, because with technology and the digital age, you're also going to upskill yourself to new equipment, to new trends, to new ways of cooking. And I think this is the platform that competitions allow us to actually upskill ourselves and also remain competitive, because we also want to be leaders in our own right, whether it's in your individual capacity or as a country. And obviously, as South Africa, we want to be the leaders on the continent.
Quite a few things happening this year for the SA Chefs Association. You'll be partnered to Hostex this year, celebrating 40 years. Tell us about that milestone and the significance of the Hostex 40 years.
So SA Chefs has always been a strategic partner to Hostex. Hostex is obviously the hospitality expo, catering mainly to the food and beverage market, but also the greater restaurant and hotel market as well. And we've been a strategic partner to Hostex for a very long time. And we used to have what we used to call the skillery. And during the 3-day event, we used the opportunity to showcase talent, to showcase skills, to do product activations. We even hosted many competitions, chef challenges. So this year, to celebrate Hostex's 40 years of their expo, we have now taken it up a notch. And we're now going to be creating the SA Chefs Village, where we're going to, make it a lot more inclusive, and we're bringing in lots of fun aspects to it. Merging technology with skills. I believe there's going to be some Iron Chef challenges, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we're even putting up a chef against a self-cooking oven to see who comes up tops.
That's going to be fascinating. And Chef, I think one of the most important things that you do is that you and you said it earlier, that you give back to the community. And as the SA Chefs Association, you give back to the youth. There's youth development and bursaries, which remain a pillar for the SA Chefs Association. And we have run out of time, unfortunately, but I would love to find out, how can people, professional chefs, young chefs, get involved at this year's African Culinary Cup, and also maybe the Hostex as well?
Absolutely. I think follow us on social media at SA Chefs. We are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, also on LinkedIn. And also if you go onto our website, which is www.sachefs.co.za, there's a whole lot of information on various events that we will be participating in, and also how you can get involved, because you don't have to be a professional chef. You can actually register and become a member as an associate member, because a lot of people want to be part of this fascinating industry that I love, and I think 12,000 other members that we have love, and we want to share, our skills. We want to share what we have to offer to the rest of the country.
Chef, always a pleasure chatting with you on Channel Africa. And I guess we'd love to hear your final words or your parting words for the upcoming chefs, those who are considering getting into this space. You mentioned earlier that passion needs to be the most important thing. That's where it started for you. But if you were to talk to the young person right now who thinks, you know what, I can cook, but I don't know if I need representation from SA Chefs Association, a professional body, nor do I need professional training, what would you say to them?
I think this is going to be a very general message to any young listener or viewer that you have out there, is to never doubt yourself. If you feel that you have a passion for a certain trade, my advice to you is to follow it, and don't allow other people to break you. Because I know in the olden days, or the old days rather, it was always you had to go get a degree or get a diploma and go and find yourself a job.
Yeah.
And I think now trade jobs are coming up to the forefront, things in the IT sector, in the digital sector, and obviously now in food and beverage. And to those aspiring chefs, if you, and again, you're never too old or too young to follow your passion. So even if you, like myself, you've gone into a different career path, but you have this passion for food and you want to take it further, not necessarily opening up your own restaurant, but maybe you want to just, do something and go into product development or create a convenience food item. Follow your dream, follow your passion, and always believe in yourself, because remember, everything starts with a dream. If you look at all the big chefs out there, all the celebrity chefs, all these convenience products that we work with, all started with a vision and a dream. So always keep that in mind and never lose hope on your dreams. And SA Chefs will always be here to walk this road with you.
Chef Koo, thank you so much for your time. The president of the South African Chefs Association, Chef Koo Pillay. Check them out on social media, SA Chefs Association. 30 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time, let's get the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
In our latest sport, we kick off with football news. Sasol Banyana coach Dr. Desiree Ellis says they're looking for an improved performance in the semi-final of the 2025 COSAFA Women's Championship. The call comes after the host nation was held to a 1-1 draw by Lesotho in the final group stages match of the tournament on Tuesday. Ellis had made 7 changes to the team that defeated Angola in the previous fixture, with Dineo Makakula, Unathi Smaile, Sibongakonke Mzobe, Bunolo Mukoma all retaining their places, while Antonia Maponya, Khutso Pila, Asanda Hadebe, Toriso Mpilo, Gugu Dlamini, as the debutants Zoe October and Fiona Namanyana were introduced against the side from the Mountain Kingdom. Despite this draw, Banyana Banyana ended top of Group A following 2 wins and a draw, leaving them on 7 points, 5 goals scored and 1 conceded. Lesotho will return home with just 1 point after 2 defeats and a draw. South Africa take on Zimbabwe in the semi-finals on Friday at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane, South Africa's Limpopo province. On to rugby news. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has named a 49-man squad featuring 11 uncapped players for the team's first in-person alignment camp for the year in Cape Town. A notable return is that of Frans Malherbe, the tight-head prop who has been out of action since the 2023 Rugby World Cup final due to back and neck injuries. The tight-head prop and the group includes 14 Rugby World Cup winners and 5 under-20 players. Next month's camp will include a series of boardroom and gymnasium sessions. The international season kicks off on the 20th of June against the Barbarians in Gqeberha. The Nations Championships follows in July against England in Johannesburg, Scotland in Pretoria, and Wales in Durban, before the start of the 4-match greatest rivalry series against the All Blacks in August. Some more in rugby news. The Bulls want to regain their home ground advantage at Loftus Versfeld when they host the Sharks in Pretoria on Saturday in round 12 of the United Rugby Championship. The Bulls are back home after a string of successes on their travels and want to show their supporters just how much they have changed. The Bulls are finally back home at Loftus, and with full complement of players, Captain Marcel Coutier is eager to hit the ground running.
You know, the Boks are back and guys that were in the rest periods. So, no, look, all in all, squad looking good now.
The Bulls orchestrated their turnaround in form midway through January with a Championship Cup win over Pau in France, and then a URC win over Edinburgh in Scottish capital. After thrashing the Lions in Johannesburg, the Bulls want to continue on their winning ways in front of their home support.
We want to get the spectators excited again to come to Loftus by playing a good brand of rugby and just imposing our DNA, you know. So, yeah, if you look at the past, last season, the Sharks and the Stormers also beat us here, you know. So that's definitely a factor we identified and see how we can be better towards building and handling the pressure and just exerting our dominance, you know. So, no, look, it's something we've been working on, and I think the big thing is the excitement, you know, in the group. There's an excitement to play this weekend.
Let's end with golf news. Justin Thomas is set to return to competition this week after 3 months out, recovering from back surgery. A 32-year-old who last played at the Ryder Cup in September underwent a procedure in November to address a disc issue that had caused persistent hip pain. After featuring in Atlanta Drivers' TGL match on Monday, Thomas quickly turned his attention to the PGA Tour's Arnold Palmer Invitational. A 16-time PGA Tour winner, he finished 7th in the 2025 FedEx Cup standings, highlighted by 8 top 10 finishes and victory at the RBC Heritage in a playoff. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Africa at Play with Neto and ETO Chemane.
Lelihle, talk to us about your relationship with your father, Coach Pitso. What is this one thing that he said to you that is still stuck at the top of your head?
Coach Pitso and our mom, Moira Tlhagale, have always told us that whatever we do in life, we must do it to the best of our abilities and, you know, represent our family well. But the big thing is do what you love and do it with all the passion that you have. And I think we see it in both their work. I mean, my mom has has done a really good job with placing Coach Pitso in different clubs around the world, and she's negotiated contracts, and she's showing that as a woman you can also do work that is seen, and you can also get respect from men in a male-dominated space. And I think my dad has also shown that you must never underestimate the Black African man.
Lelintle Mosimane, a South African communications and digital media professional. Lelintle is also a daughter to a great mentor when it comes to the game of football, Coach Jingles Mosimane.
Live every Saturday and Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m.
36 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Let's find out how the markets are moving with business news.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Good afternoon. I am Nosipo Zuma. In your business news this hour, the MK party in South Africa says it does not expect that the National Treasury would veer from its austerity approach when it comes to putting together the country's budget. Finance Minister Nkosi is expected to deliver his budget speech in Parliament at 2 p.m. Central African Time this afternoon. The MKP's acting parliamentary leader, Des van Rooyen, explains what their expectations are.
We don't expect any major changes that will deal with taxing the wealthy as part of our call that we need to broaden our tax to GDP ratio from where it is now to at least 25 to 30%. The ratio where it is now is not helping us, to generate more revenue.
Meanwhile, activist organization People Against Budget Cuts in South Africa has called for a fully funded public service to enable the filling of vacancies in the public sector. It's among various organizations marching against austerity measures and budget cuts. They want Finance Minister Nkosi to prioritize the plight of the poor during his budget allocation today. Spokesperson Barry James Michel.
The budget is an annual occurrence, and what we're seeing is that a budget is decreasing in terms of social protection, social services. So on an annual basis, we need to make sure that our voice is heard, that the finance minister understands that our finances can't be controlled by Washington consensus, but must be based on people's budget, driven by the needs of the conditions of the country.
Airports company South Africa AXA says technical teams are still hard at work to reinstate systems at Cape Town International Airport. This follows a fire that broke out yesterday at the international inner lane, which caused flight suspensions and delays. AXA spokesperson Ofenze Dijwe says the international arrivals corridor is affected.
Cape Town International Airport continues recovery efforts following yesterday's fire incident. Airline check-in systems are operational, with the exception of Lift Airlines, which remains on manual processing. The Border Management Authority, Customs and Baggage Handling are currently operating manually, which may result in delays for the international arriving passengers. Passengers are advised to allow additional time at the airport and to check directly with the airline or the AXA mobile app for the latest flight updates.
Zimbabwe has suspended exports of all raw minerals and lithium concentrates with immediate effect. The Mines Ministry says the ban on exports will remain in place until further notice and apply to all minerals currently in transit. In a statement, the ministry said the government expects cooperation of the mining industry on this measure, which has been taken in the national interest. It added that the government remains committed to in-country value addition and beneficiation, compliance and accountability in the exportation of Zimbabwe's mineral resources. Senegal's Finance Minister Sheikh Diba says fundamental differences remain between Senegal and the International Monetary Fund in talks for a new lending program. The West African nation is seeking a new lending program with the fund to help tackle a debt burden that has topped 130% of gross domestic product due to previously unreported borrowing by the former administration. Diba says all misreporting issues with the fund have have been resolved, including an agreement on an audit and correction of statistics. However, Senegal considers the fund's assumption about its economic situation as too pessimistic, and the government remains opposed to restructuring debt. And finally, an artificial intelligence company that's committed to developing AI safely has been given until Friday by the U.S. Defense Department to agree to unrestricted military use of its technology. The Pentagon is threatening otherwise to force Anthropic to comply. The BBC's David Willis has more.
Anthropic's CEO Dario Amodei believes the more capable and autonomous AI becomes, the greater the potential for its misuse. He's repeatedly called for its regulation, and the company's focus has been on developing systems that won't cause harm. Anthropic was awarded a $200 million national security contract last July, but tensions have arisen over its refusal to lift restrictions, preventing its technology from being used to carry out domestic surveillance or to target weapons on the battlefield.
Your financial indicators: one US dollar in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 346, and Botswana is 13.07. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 12, and in Zambia it's 18 kwacha 84. The BRICS countries: $1 in Brazil is trading at 5.16. Russia is 76 rubles 33. India is 90 rupees 92. China at 6 yuan 89. And in South Africa, $1 is trading at 15 rand 98. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 84 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $5,187 and platinum at $2,292 per ounce. The price of Brent crude oil is at $70.99 a barrel. Now, for any stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I'm Mosito.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge et Binal Export depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Yeah, Starboy Day for you. Starboy Day for you. Baby girl, you find yourself, oh. Girl, you make my eye red, oh. Anytime you know they close to me, yeah. Baby girl, now you I want, oh. Baby, shey na me you want, oh. Make we day 1 + 1 or 2, yeah. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. 1 liter, oh, say 1 yacha. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. It be only you be my desire, oh. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. 1 liter, oh, say 1 yacha. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. Only your water be burn my fire, oh. Yeah. Starboy Day for you. fine set, oh. Girl, you make my head red, oh. Anytime you know they close to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, girl, now you I want, oh. Baby, shey na me you want, oh. Make we dey 1 + 1 or 2, yeah, yeah, yeah. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. 1 liter, oh, say 1 yacha. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. It be only you be my desire, oh. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. 1 liter, oh, say 1 yacha. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. Only your water fi quench my fire, oh. Yeah, yeah. Star boy day for you. Star boy day for you. This kind of love when I get you no corny, yo. Baby, I'm gonna share with you to the morning, yo. This way I gonna do for you, girl, you no funny, yo. Don't be gonna love, man, use you play, although everywhere you go, baby, I go be your handbag. Gone on the days when I go let you stand for. Yeah, yeah. Making it right, make it just the stand for it, though. So good. Open my mind, only you did my mind, though. Yeah, 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. 1 liter, oh, say 1 yacha. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. It be only you be my desire, oh. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. 1 liter, oh, say 1 yacha. 1 liter, oh, say 1 liter. Only your water be burn my fire, oh. Yeah, yeah. Star boy day for you. Star boy day for you.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu on Channel Africa.
48 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Kid coming through there with a song titled Fever. Fever. Welcome to the Wednesday edition, if you've just joined us, of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni. Today we are traveling, we are exploring, so stay locked in on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. A quick breather. When we get back, it will be time for What Caught Your Eye.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Historia msikilizaji ya Valentine Day au siku ya wapendanao ilianzia katika nyakati za kale za dola la Roma. Watafiti wengi wa historia wanaamini kuwa siku hii inahusishwa na sherehe za kipagani zilizokuwa zikifanyika kila mwaka katikati ya mwezi Februari. Msikilizaji, sherehe hizo zilijulikana kama Lupercalia na zilifanyika kuadhimisha uzazi, upendo na mwanzo wa majira ya kuchipua.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
60 years of broadcasting Africa to the world. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
All right, it's gone 10 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African Time. It's now time for What Caught Your Eye. And I've got a special guest who will be joining me this afternoon, Mr. Sfiso Hlope, our social media specialist. Brother man, how are you doing?
I'm good, Debza. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm trying to go live here on my social media platform for What Caught Your Eye. So in the meantime, while I do that, what caught your eye, sir?
Debza, there's a lot happening in the world right now. But the two things that just come off the dome is Kaizer Chiefs, man. Oh, man.
What about Kaizer Chiefs? What happened?
So Stellenbosch just pulled a double on us. Man, it was just a very, very, very sad day for myself as a Kaizer Chiefs fan. But you know what? I've come to a conclusion that these Kaizer Chiefs players, because look, the opportunities are there, but these Kaizer Chiefs players, especially the young guys, and I'm not gonna mention names, but they are missing sitters, man. Sitters that, and I think obviously maybe I might be spoiled by the fact that I watch a lot of Premier League football as well and Champions League, and then when I look at locally, but when you compare apples with apples, there's so many opportunities that Pirates players bury, Sundowns players bury, Stellenbosch players bury. Like Stellenbosch is literally trying to stay out of relegation, but the long and short of it is that it's like they play like we're going to get another opportunity. We're going to get another opportunity. They don't have a killer instinct. We've signed new strikers, I'm trying so hard not to mention names, but like we need to stop this gimmick of we are building for the future. We are building for the future. Man United tried that. You need proven, tried, tested players, people that are ready to go straight into the first team. Give us goals, First opportunity. If in a game you've got 2 opportunities, 2 goals. That's what I expect for a team like Kaizer Chiefs. That's how you win Premier Championships. That's how you win cups. But that's what caught my eye. Amakosi, you know what? We're going to support you till the very end. But please, man, come on. Like be more clinical. This thing of, they look at players like Rile and say, he's destined for international football. No, he's at the level that players his age should be at, at the Premier level, and we need the rest of the field to keep up. These, love these young players that are coming up from the DDC. I'm a fan of young blood coming through, but they need to be at that level. You can't. We must always, after the game, we worry about their feelings, feel sorry for them. Man, I'm not happy, but that's what caught my eye.
Listen, it's a different generation with Hlope, because you have to strike a balance somehow, right? You need to balance the experience with people who are new, who are coming in, so that they can also gain the experience and become the veterans themselves. So it's a fine line in trying to get that balance.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just we're waiting so long, Debs. We've been waiting so long, man.
Kaizer Chiefs fans, what are you thinking? Are you hopeful for the rest of the season? Hey, let us know on our social media platform at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Not so long ago, the BAFTAs were being held in the
BAFTA?
UK. The BAFTAs, the British Awards, television, and something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And on stage, there were 2 Black American actors. We had, I think it's Leroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan, who were presenting an award. And as they were presenting an award, someone in the crowd who suffers from Tourette's. Tourette's, the Tourette's syndrome, the one that causes you to have involuntary movements and, say things, He said a few racial slurs that night. He dropped an N-bomb while they were presenting the award. They were professional. They handled it like champions. They just carried on and they moved on from it. And then in the aftermath of it is the fact that the BAFTAs didn't directly apologize to these 2 actors who were on stage. A judge has since resigned from that position, calling it unacceptable the way that it was handled. And the question that's been rising on people's minds is that, does Tourette's now make you a racist? Will it make you slur out racist things?
No. I think, and this is, I've seen it from like documentaries and stuff. Look, so I stand to be corrected because people that are professionals know more than I am, but I do about this. But I think it just takes out what's inside, right? What you're really thinking, because it's more, the stuff that you say, you don't make up, right? It's stuff that you've consumed, right? And I hope it's not a reflection of the person's inner conscious, because I mean, that's, like we know a lot of people that have Tourette's, but again, there has to be that empathy, because should we judge people by what they feel inside? Because I'm pretty sure you've had a bad driver, cut you out and you're like, I'll kill you, and you don't really mean to kill them,
Fair enough.
So they obviously can't suppress that, In that moment, they might have had a very dark thought, which come and go as nature would allow. I think the BAFTAs themselves should have just gotten ahead of that and just, apologize, because it was said, whether it was their fault, it's semantics, I think it did offend someone, I keep saying to people, it's not about what you say, it's about how it lands, how it gets received, that's what you're responsible for, otherwise we just be a very careless society. That's just...
Listen, I will say that the BAFTAs have apologized, but the actors themselves, they said that no one on that evening from the BAFTAs went to them and said, listen, hey, we saw what happened, we apologize. None of that happened. But what do you think? Can Tourette syndrome make you say racial slurs? At Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. That's what caught our eye. Klope, thank you so much for your time, man. It's less than 4 minutes to go before 2 p.m. Central African time. Some music coming your way, and then we get the news at the top of the hour.
Military touch.
My Lily by Ja Praiser featuring Davido. It's gone 2 p.m. Central African time. We've entered the second hour, the golden hour of Travel Wednesdays on The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni. Stay locked in on social media. We are streaming live at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Before we get into our second hour festivities, let's get the latest news.
SABC News. The African perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. The top stories at this hour: challenges to formalize illegal miners in South Africa highlighted, and Zimbabwe defense decision to cancel U.S. health deal talks. Good afternoon. I am Chanduko Ligege. The chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Mineral and Petroleum Resources in South Africa, Mmatsheko Mahlaule, says it is impossible to legalize those who are mining illegally, as the majority of them are undocumented foreigners. Mahlaule's remarks follow feedback by the National Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure on interventions undertaken to fight illegal mining in affected provinces. Mahlaule says for now it is still a challenge to formalize illegal miners known as zamazamas.
If you were to take Stillfontein as an example, you arrested 2,092 people and only 21 were South Africans. So we try very hard to formalize South African people who are mining illegally and who would want to mine formally and legally. So if we were to take an approach to legalize everybody who is a Zamazama, it means in South Africa we would have 1,000 and something people who are legalizing without documentation as South Africans.
Zimbabwe has defended its decision to terminate negotiations on a proposed $350 million health funding agreement with the U.S. This comes after President Emmerson Mnangagwa directed that talks on the Memorandum of Understanding be halted, citing sovereignty and data protection concerns. The U.S. Embassy in Harare has expressed regret over the move, saying the deal would have supported key health programs. Government insists the decision was principled and in the national interest. Wunolo Maribe has more.
The decision follows a leaked internal government letter confirming President Mnangagwa's directive to discontinue negotiations under the America First Global Health Strategy. The U.S. Embassy says the agreement would have provided hundreds of millions of dollars over 5 years for HIV and AIDS treatment, tuberculosis, malaria, maternal health, and disease outbreak preparedness. But in a clarification, Secretary for Information Nick Mangwana says the draft deal required Zimbabwe to grant extensive access to sensitive health data. Meanwhile, Harare maintains it values its long-standing relationship with Washington.
Sierra Leone has accused Guinea of capturing several members of its security forces in the latest flare-up of a long-running row over border territory. Guinea later said that several dozen Sierra Leonean armed soldiers had entered its territory without authorization on Sunday, prompting armed forces to apprehend 16 of them and seize equipment. The territorial dispute between the two West African countries dates back to Sierra Leone's 1991 to 2002 civil war, when Guinea deployed troops to help fight rebels. A team has been sent to the area to investigate the incident. In other news, Ugandan police have arrested two women who are both in their 20s after neighbors reported seeing them kiss outside. The act is criminalized under the country's Anti-Homosexuality Act. In a statement, the police say the pair has been taken into custody in the city of Arua. The women remain in custody without access to legal representation. The country's law imposes severe penalties, including life imprisonment for same-sex relations. Japan's defense minister has revealed plans to deploy surface-to-air missiles to an island a little more than 100 kilometers off the coast of Taiwan within 5 years. It's the first time Japan has specified a timeline for deploying missiles to its westernmost island, Yonaguni. The development comes amid raised tensions with China, and the BBC's Shamia Khalil reports.
Japan's defense minister announced the timeline for the missiles deployment a day after China imposed export curbs on 20 Japanese companies, citing national security concerns. Shinjiro Koizumi said the Yonaguni unit will be equipped with medium-range surface-to-air missiles able to intercept incoming aircraft. Yonaguni is Japan's westernmost island and is the closest to Taiwan. When Mr. Koizumi was there in November saying the plans were moving forward, Beijing slammed the move, saying it would create regional tension and provoke military confrontation. Within days, it flew drones near the island, prompting Japan to scramble aircraft jets in response.
A recap on the top story at 2 Central African Time. The Portfolio Committee on Mineral and Petroleum Resources chairperson in South Africa, Mmatsheko Mahlaule, says it is impossible to legalize those who are mining illegally, as the majority of them are undocumented foreigners. That is all for now. For any stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Chanduko Ligege.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
6 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the second hour, the golden hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Tebogo, Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko Mosito. Actually, I'm flying solo today. I am flying solo today. She'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, where we are streaming live. It is Travel Wednesday. Meetings Africa is currently taking place at the Sandton Convention Center, and we'll be getting into conversation with the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority to find out what their plans are for the year up until the year 2028, because they've set hefty targets for themselves, and we are hoping that we'll get some feedback as they are currently displaying at the Meetings Africa 2026. So that conversation with their head of PR and communications is coming up next.
Because you know, see now you did for my conscience, not the reason why you did, gotta. And anytime when I say make you give me chop, you know even they try a jara. Oh my little one, waiting there for your list where I know fit to buy on my little one. See oh my girl, I swear you they give me ginger, you they make me crazy, I swear you they scatter my internet. Oh baby, no go run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, see me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, see me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away.
Baby, I miss you, baby. I know. But I'm out here thinking, if you really love me, choose between me and the shorties I hide it. You really think that I'm blind? I wanna they do me for one night. As you they see me, I'm fragile. If you did for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
All up in my face, she go keep passing. Come make a jam your machinery.
If you did for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
Come make us solve your mathematics. Make you come solve my jagbajanti. Oh my little one, waiting there for your list where I know fit to buy on my little one. See oh my girl, I swear you they give me ginger one. Girl, you they make me crazy, I swear you they scatter my internet. Oh baby, no go run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, see me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, see me cut on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away.
Timmy J on the track.
10 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time, Runaway Kaid featuring Jackie. It's time for us to take a quick breather. When we get back, we'll be getting into conversation with the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority. They're currently at the Meetings Africa 2026 at the Sandton Convention Center, and we want to find out what their plans are for tourism and for business investments over the next couple of years. Up until 2028, they have set those markers, so stay tuned for that conversation.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge aka Bina l'export depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
We take no sides, none whatsoever. We are the upside.
Got myself a sponsor. Anything me ask, get it bye-bye. Even though he's older, but I got to survive in this life. Another one who is younger. When I ask for something to cry. Messi papa ya megani bia, oma bibia. That's where drana go, bashena kami kwa. Eda obe ba minche, misoni masema okanisa. Pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi ya mia, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti ya mia, pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi ya mia, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti ya mia. Mercy, mercy. These bogarts have lots of energy. It made me dumb turn hot, just like oven. But when the morning comes, we not have nothing. A boyfriend who can't buy you food when you're hungry. Is that one to a boy, so I can't get move fast, just up the lanes. I got myself a sponsor. Let's see if I pay a megani, yeah, my BBA. That's where drana draw, bashena kami kwa. Eda obe ba minche, misoni masema okanisa. Pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi ya mia, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti ya mia, pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi ya mia, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti ya mia, mercy, mercy, mercy. Energy. Should I leave all this Gucci Prada? Now which young girl on the fear hunger? Dilemma, I'm in dilemma. Bad girl bunny in dilemma. Balewa, or Delewa. Pincha me when you're in fight. Let's see what I am again. Yeah, my BBA. That's what run I draw. But she not coming kwa. I don't know. Sonny must have my pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi, yeah, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti, yeah, pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi, yeah, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti, yeah, mercy, mercy, mercy. These bogarts have lots of energy. Everybody make you bounce to the beat. Body from this bounce to the beat. Everybody make you bounce to the beat. Bounce to the beat. Everybody make you bounce to the beat. Body from this bounce to the beat. Everybody make you bounce to the beat. Pulling for me, slow down. Mississippi, yeah, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti, yeah, pulling for me, slow down. Yeah, pulling for me, slow down. Mikoti, yeah, mercy, mercy, mercy.
Ebony coming through there featuring Willis Beats. The song is titled Sponsor. It's gone 15 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Now, today marks the final day of Meetings Africa at the Sandton Convention Center, where destinations from across the continent have been competing for high-value global business events. KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority, through its Durban KZN Convention Bureau, has been actively engaging international buyers, association planners, and corporate decision makers, positioning the province as a serious contender in the meetings and incentives space. In partnership with the Durban International Convention Center, the delegation also hosted a focused stakeholder session aimed at converting conversations into confirmed bids. With tourism revenue reaching 21.8 billion rand in 2025, the province is now looking to grow the contribution of business events even further over the next 3 years. Joining us on the line is Head of PR and Communications at the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority. Pinky, always a pleasure having you on the line. Thank you so much for your time. How has it been going there at Meetings Africa over the past 2-3 days?
Thank you, Tebogo. Good day. It's been an amazing 3 days here at Sandton Convention Center. Of course, in your introduction, you mentioned there was, the entire team from Durban KwaZulu-Natal Convention Bureau and other partners. We're here to actually talk to buyers. Of course, this platform allowed us to pitch directly to buyers from all over the continent. It allowed us to build networks and potentially source contracts from these buyers. So that exposure really strengthens the broader tourism ecosystem. And of course, we were just happy to connect with all buyers. We spoke about Africa Traveling Day that's coming through in May, but also we wanted to fill potential deals for our products and of course, position KwaZulu-Natal as the must-see, must-visit business tourism destination.
What is the difference between business events tourism and leisure tourism?
Yes, there's a difference here. That leisure tourism refers to, Tebogo, when you and your family, your friends, everybody who is in that setup is coming for a leisure visit in a destination such as Durban. So you book your own flights, your accommodation, you're solely there to enjoy the destination and its attractions. With business tourism, it differs slightly and it has more economic impact because we're talking about a sector that brings meetings, conferences, incentives, exhibitions and events for over a period of time. This type of business tourism also generates income for different sectors of the economy, your tourism operators, hoteliers, restaurants, as well as convention centers really gain, and hotels really gain because of the meetings and exhibitions that take place because of business tourism. So that's where the difference is. We are here for business purposes. For an example, we can have a conference of pharmaceuticals or a conference of doctors or any other sector. You're here to actually do business. Whereas leisure, you're there to solely explore the destination, its products, its landscapes, and you're at your own time, at your own leisure.
All right, it's 19 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time, in conversation with Pinky Khatebe, Head of PR and Communications at the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority, and she's giving us the breakdown of some of the conversations and perhaps commitments that were discussed at this year's Meetings Africa 2026. We'll continue and wrap up the conversation right after this.
As Africa renews, so does its voices. 60 years of Channel Africa.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
We take no sides, none whatsoever. We are the Upside.
20 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time, we are wrapping up the Meetings Africa 2026, which has been taking place at the Sandton Convention Center since Monday up until today. We're currently in conversation with Pinky Khatebe, Head of PR and Communications at the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority, as she unpacks some of the conversations that they had. Pinky, let's talk about KZN, and what makes KZN such an attractive space and place for international conferences and large-scale events?
Well, Tebogo, we have the infrastructure to actually cater for such a market. Normally in business professionals or business tourism professionals look for destinations that are accessible. So our King Shaka Airport is one investment in the province that is able to bring people in numbers using airlines. And of course, then the business tourism professionals use hotels that are graded and also have conference facilities. We also have our own Durban ICC, which is able to actually carry a lot of business meetings because it has the capacity to do so. What makes Durban KZN an attractive destination for this type of tourism is that we actually can host big meetings, large meetings, and of course the numbers that actually come to do our education. And then also you've added Africa Travel and Data. You see that the number of the large delegations we're able to host from a hospitality perspective in terms of the hotels, the transport operators that were able to shuttle from point A to point B, and of course the meeting spaces. We also work very closely with our partners in the hotel space. Universities as well as institutions of learning also have spaces to accommodate business tourism, exhibitions, events. And so this type of business really relies on that type of infrastructure. And of course, post-meetings, we're able to now showcase the leisure side of tourism. We're able to say to our buyers, as soon as the meetings are done, you can then venture into our regions, such as the Drakensberg, Sisulu areas, which is the part that offers safari, and mostly buyers are looking for, something to do or activities to do and explore outside of meetings when they're done with the business of tourism. What makes us competitive is the infrastructure that the city has as well as the province, and of course the capability of hosting large groups in terms of the products that we have.
Quite a few industries that are benefiting from such large-scale events. Certainly, those investments are important. Let's talk then, because the Meetings Africa was not just going to be a conversation, just conversations. You wanted to put actionable items on paper and commitments. Can you share some of the commitments or bids that you'd like to, share with the public in terms of how you're going to reach 2028 with a new profound investments and developments across KwaZulu-Natal?
Well, the strategy is very clear. We have to actually have a bidding pipeline that is 3 years old. And so you start now and you mine for those meetings as we are doing here in Meetings Africa. So it's basically a mining exercise of you securing those bids in 3 years. Because having a bid pipeline that has shorter time frames doesn't really impact the economy that much. So our strategy is that for the next 3 years, we'll be mining for events. We're looking for associations that are going to host events in our region, and we are proactively talking to them, having meetings with them, attending international trade shows, and those trade shows that are held here in South Africa. So the bidding pipeline is a work in progress for us, but also it's something that, it's our Bible. You wake up, the team from Convention Bureau, they're clear that all we want are meetings, are conferences, are incentives, and exhibitions to come to our province. The only guideline we're going to use is this bidding pipeline, because it's better to actually mine and prospect for events that, that take place 3 years consecutively, but also have a bidding pipeline that has, events that can host, up to 1,000 people at a time. So this is a very critical document for us, but each being a document needs to translate really into real value business for our SMMEs in the area and for our tourism sector. Because this type of, bidding is so crucial that then we're able to confirm venues, we're able to secure deals, and of course have a guaranteed employment for those who are in the tourism space.
And before we let you go, Pinky, if we would like to get involved, if investors are listening in on this conversation from different parts of Africa, different parts of the world, how can they reach out to you?
Well, we are available on www.visitskznsa.com, and we have social media. We're on LinkedIn. We are available on all social media platforms. Visit KZNSA.
Amazing. Pinky, thank you so much for your time, and all the best in reaching those milestones. We can't wait to hear how KZN becomes the hub for business events over the next couple of years. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Tebogo. Can I just repeat? It's Visit KZN. There's no SA. Sorry about that.
Okay. No worries. Thank you so much. Pinky Khatebe, Head of PR and Communications at the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority. Just wrapping up Meetings Africa 2026, which took place at the Sandton Convention Center. Actually, today is the last day, and we hope that they will get those bids over the next 3 years and put KZN on the map.
Mmatsheko, Mosito and Tebogo Lekhuleni on the upside.
Disponible pour aider ta woman. Et puis que yo zali kulma. Chérie sala no kyo siliza bapose. Zotungiza moli monanga kimabangwa. Chérie sala no kyo siliza bapose. Zotungiza moli monanga kimabangwa. Disponible pour aider ta woman. Et puis que yo zali kulma. Chérie sala no kyo siliza bapose. Zotungiza moli monanga kimabangwa. Chérie sala no kyo siliza bapose. Zotungiza moli monanga kimabangwa.
Beautiful lady, for what I'm about to do with you, you're not ready. Una cosa, dime cuándo vamos a vivir la vida loca. Una cosa, dime cuándo vamos a vivir la vida loca. Naringio, llamo de mananga, mwasi kitoko. Llamo de mananga, de mananga, de mananga, de mananga. Hey, mama.
Ghanaian and American DJ, producer and influencer DJ Boat coming through there with a song titled Pause. It's gone 30 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
We bet off with cricket news. This hour, Harry Brooks' sensational century under pressure led England into the T20 World Cup semi-finals with a 2-wicket victory over Pakistan in Palakkele. The England captain promoted himself to number 3 after Phil Salt was dismissed first ball and made exactly 100 in a chase of 165. It was the first time Brooks had batted first, dropped in his T20 international career, but he played the situation perfectly, going up and down the gears as wickets fell around him. Josh Bartler failed again, out for 3 in the third over, while Jacob Bethel fell for 8 and Tom Bainton 2 as England slipped to 58 for 4. But Brooke hit 10 fours and 4 sixes, once again delivering on his undeniable talents. Pakistan must hope other results go their way and win the final Group 2 game against co-host Sri Lanka at this venue on Saturday. And Proteas women wicket-keeper Sinalo Jafta has admitted to a huge relief that she finally got her half-century milestone in ODI cricket, which came on the occasion of a 50th match for South Africa. Jafta partnered with Sunay Luce at the crease to help their team to a 37-run victory in the first of 3 matches in Bloemfontein. Had a lot to celebrate, finishing on 57 not out. A 31-year-old says she always knew that she was capable of playing a big innings and draws a lot of confidence from that performance.
Yeah, I take a lot of confidence. I think for me it's just a relief feeling because I always knew it was possible. But I think when you look at it, the holistic picture, it was just that I just had to have belief. And going forward, my approach won't change. Just play a positive brand of cricket and then we take it from there.
On to football news. Sasol Banyana coach Dr. Desiree Ellis says they are looking for an improved performance in the semi-final of the 2025 COSAFA Women's Championship. The call comes after the host nation was held to a 1-0 draw by Lesotho in the final group stage match of the tournament. Ellis had made 7 changes to the team that defeated Angola in the previous fixture with Dineo Magagula, Unat Ismaile, Sibongangonke Mzobe, and Bunolo Mukoma all retaining their places, while Antonia Maponya, Kutso Pila, Asanda Hadebe, Toriso Mpilo, Kuku Dlamini, as well as debutants Zoe October and Fiona Namanyana were introduced against the side from the Mountain Kingdom. Despite the draw, Banyana ended top of Group A following 2 wins and a draw, leaving them on 7 points, 5 goals scored and 1 conceded. Lesotho will return home with just 1 point after 2 defeats and a draw. South Africa take on Zimbabwe in the semi-finals on Friday at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. On to rugby news. Springbok coach Rashi Rasmus has named a 49-man squad featuring 11 uncapped players for the team's first in-person alignment camp of the year in Cape Town. A notable return is that of Frans Malherbe, the tight-head prop who has been out of action since the 2023 Rugby World Cup final due to back and neck injuries. The group includes 14 Rugby World Cup winners and 5 under-20 players. Next month's camp will include a series of boardroom and gymnasium sessions. The international season kicks off on the 20th of June against the Barbarians in Gqeberha. The Nations Championship follows in July against England in Johannesburg, Scotland in Pretoria, and Wales in Durban, before the start of the 4-match greatest rivalry series against the All Blacks in August. And the Bulls want to retain their home ground advantage and gain it at Loftus Versfeld when they host the Sharks in Pretoria on Saturday in round 12 of the United Rugby Championship. The Bulls are back home after a string of successes on their travels and want to show their own supporters just how much they have changed. Captain Marcel Coutier is eager to hit the ground running.
You know, the Boks are back and guys that were in the rest periods. So, no, look, all in all, squad looking good now.
For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Ngwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Africa Update on Channel Africa with Lulu Kabu.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has informed UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres that South Africa will withdraw its troop contribution to MONUSCO, the UN peacekeeping mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, after nearly 27 years of involvement. Defense expert Dean Wingren, what are the main security implications of South Africa withdrawing troops from MONUSCO, and why now?
South Africa has been part of the MONUSCO mission since it was established in 1999 and is South Africa's longest running peacekeeping and peace enforcement mission. So it's not something to be taken lightly when the President says that he's unilaterally withdrawing from the mission. Why now is the question. Well, the MONUSCO mission has always been intended to be terminated initially at the end of 2025, and then it was extended to the end of this year. So with the funding crisis within the UN generally, there's less funds for these peacekeeping missions, and hence the UN has had to cut back on the various contributing countries and equipment.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu, 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time.
36 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. On the back of that sports news, did you hear that Floyd Money Mayweather, something like that, is broke? This is the same guy who was running around with money everywhere, wherever he went. Apparently he's in debt. Now he's coming out of retirement, getting ready to fight. He clearly needed to have listened to some business news, which are coming up next.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Good afternoon, I am Nosipho Zuma. In your business news, the SAWA, South Africa's Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana, is currently delivering the 2026 budget speech in Cape Town. Tabling the budget, the minister says that South Africa has been removed from the Financial Action Task Force grey list. Debt has stabilized at 78.9% of the gross domestic product, and the budget deficit has narrowed to 4.5%, and that the economic growth is expected to reach 2% by 2028. Meanwhile, activist organization People Against Budget Cuts in South Africa has called for a fully funded public service to enable the filling of vacancies in the public sector. It's among various organizations marching against austerity measures and budget cuts. They want Finance Minister Godongwana to prioritize the plight of the poor during his budget allocation today. Spokesperson Barry James Michelle.
The budget is an annual occurrence, and what we're seeing is that a budget is decreasing in terms of social protection, social services. So on an annual basis, we need to make sure that our voice is heard, that the finance minister understands that our finances can't be controlled by Washington consensus, but must be based on people's budget, driven by the needs of the conditions of the country.
We will bring you more on the budget in the next hour. Airports company South Africa AXA says technical teams are still hard at work to reinstate systems at Cape Town International Airport. Now, this follows a fire that broke out yesterday at the international inner lane, which caused flight suspensions and delays. AXA spokesperson Offense Edidra says the international arrivals corridor is affected.
Cape Town International Airport continues recovery efforts following yesterday's fire incident. Airline check-in systems are operational, with the exception of Lift Airlines, which remains on manual processing. The Border Management Authority, Customs and Baggage Handling are currently operating manually, which may result in delays for the international arriving passengers. Passengers are advised to allow additional time at the airport and to check directly with the airline or the AXA mobile app for the latest flight updates.
Zimbabwe has suspended exports of all raw minerals and lithium concentrates with immediate effect. The Mines Ministry says the ban on exports will remain in place until further notice and apply to all minerals currently in transit. In a statement, the ministry said the government expects the cooperation of the mining industry on this measure, which has been taken in the national interest. It added that government remains committed to in-country value addition and beneficiation, compliance and accountability in the exploitation of Zimbabwe's mineral resources. Senegal's Finance Minister Sheikh Diba says fundamental differences remain between Senegal and the International Monetary Fund in talks for a new lending program. The West African nation is seeking a new lending program with the fund to help tackle a debt burden that has topped 130% of gross domestic product due to previously unreported borrowing by the former administration. Diba says all misreporting issues with the fund have been resolved, including an agreement on an audit and correction of statistics. However, Senegal considers the fund's assumption about its economic situation as too pessimistic, and the government remains opposed to restructuring debt. And finally, the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has been holding talks with the Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing. The Chancellor's visit comes as German businesses are sounding the alarm about the trade imbalance between the two countries. The BBC's Jessica Parker reports.
China has once again become Germany's top trading partner, but a major imbalance has emerged. Imports into Germany from China were more than double the value of those exported back last year, according to federal statistics. German business groups are urging the Chancellor to address what they see as major trade distortions through things like Chinese subsidies. Beijing has previously insisted it abides by international rules. As he departed on his trip, Chancellor Merz said he wanted a fair and reliable partnership and that it would be a mistake to decouple, meaning to disconnect from China.
Your financial indicators: one US dollar in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 346, and Botswana is 13 bula 07. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 12, and in Zambia it's 18 kwacha 84. The BRICS countries: $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 16. Russia is 76 rubles 33. India it's 90 rupees 92. China it's 6 yuan 89, and in South Africa $1 is trading at 15 rand 98. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 84 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $5,187 and platinum at $2,292 per ounce. The price of Brent crude oil is at $70.99 a barrel. Now, for any stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I'm Mosito.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Let's just do it.
Your life just got easier. Get the Channel Africa app and take us wherever you go. Catch the latest news, enjoy your favorite shows, stream the music you love, and stay connected to the continent. All in one spot, right in your pocket. Simple, quick, and always with you. The Channel Africa app. Download it now on iOS and Android.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Historia msikilizaji ya Valentine Day au siku ya wapendanao ilianzia katika nyakati za kale za dola la Roma. Watafiti wengi wa historia wanaamini kuwa siku hii inahusishwa na sherehe za kipagani zilizokuwa zikifanyika kila mwaka katikati ya mwezi Februari. Msikilizaji, sherehe hizo zilijulikana kama Lupercalia na zilifanyika kuadhimisha uzazi, upendo na mwanzo wa majira ya kuchipua.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
The voice of the continent, now online with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle and more.
Cheating just a paranoia, me. Shorty said she wanna love, said I ain't ready, but she don't know my paranoia is heavy. So I said, baby, go slow and steady. Don't wanna fall in love when I'm not ready. What if I didn't have no money? Tell me, would you be there for me? I let the paranoia get the best of me. I think I let the paranoia get the best of me. Oh no,
I said so. Maybe you can call me crazy, but I know not me and you don't flow. Sometimes I be thinking that we're just fine. Sometimes I be thinking that we don't rhyme. Just don't nobody ever wanna waste no time. That's the reason why I think about it sometimes. Sometimes I be thinking to myself, say if I know drive Benz, would you still brag to your friends? These are the things that cross my mind, only sometimes. Shorty said she wanna love, I said I ain't ready, but she don't know my paranoia is heavy. So I said, baby, go slow and steady. Don't wanna fall in love when I'm not ready. What if I didn't have no money? Tell me, would you be there for me? I let the paranoia get the best of me. I think I let the paranoia get the best of me. Oh no, I mean I don't wanna leave, but I don't know. Don't want a case of I said so. Maybe you can call me crazy, but I know not me and you don't flow. See, I met her sometime back in December, chilling with my guys by the bodega. Said that she's looking for a defender, but I don't know if I'm dealing with a pretender. See, I think this girl's trying to finesse me. She already asking for Giuseppe. Say you want love cause I get plenty, but say you gonna love me when it's empty. Shorty said she wanna love, I said I ain't ready, but she don't know my paranoia is heavy. So I said, baby, go slow and steady. Don't wanna fall in love when I'm not ready. What if I didn't have no money? Tell me, would you be there for me? I let the paranoia get the best of me. I think I let the paranoia get the best of me. Oh no, I mean I don't wanna leave, but I don't know. I just don't want a case of I said so. Maybe you can call me crazy, but I know not me and you don't flow.
Your afternoons just got even better. Fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from an African perspective.
I don't wanna cheat on you. Everyday temptation, baby, yo. I just wanna kiss on you. I just wanna kiss on you. I don't wanna cheat on you. Everyday temptation, baby, yo. Just wanna spend on you. Come here, make I spend on you. Oh no, don't let me cheat on my woman. No, no. I try. You know, say I try. Don't let me cheat on my woman. No, no. I try, yeah. Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. It's amazing. Telling me what a man go do. Everybody want a piece of me. Telling me what a man go do. It's amazing. Telling me what a man go do. Everybody want a piece of me. Telling me what a man go do.
Say they love me scatter. I know you see this back, and I go make you never want another woman. Cause I be crossing the border. Give you my love on the platter. What I'm in chair, mera energy. Now won't pass what the mayor in Jamaica. Biana miss your media. Kumadiko. Da bena oveba. Dona da bena opa. Da bena oveba. Dona da bena.
Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. Look at that face, look at that bum bum, look at that waist. What a bum bum, baby, my taste. What a bum bum, baby, my grace. I can't no one in Tina, yeah, me shake me, yeah, never cut me. Oh, I can't no
beautiful double play coming through on the upside. We've got Kiddy on this one featuring Jackie with Cheat on You. And before that, we had IOJ coming through with a song titled Paranoia. 10 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African time. This is the upside. Take a quick breather. When we get back, some more music coming your way.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge aka Binal Export depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za.
Papa told me keep your head up high. Even though your body full of bite marks from all them canines. Steady moving, I'm just living life. And so many people in my business, so many joking eyes. My fears are easier to face now. In the front of my head, steady chasing my paper. Sipping my tail with no chaser. My steps are guided by Jehovah. I'm 44 looking over. Then no peace stop us alone. And every show is a short time. Cause I stand strong. Baby, you no go minus. Baby, you LME 9+. Big fish flow like the ocean. Oh, I'm one star strong. Activity day my back on. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion. Oh, cause I stand strong. Baby, you no go minus. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion. Oh, look in my eye. See the money and the fame and success, but you really don't know what's going on in my life. No pleasure comes from pain. No money fall like rain. This thing they cost my grain, but it's all love. My fears are easier to face now. In the front of my head, steady chasing my paper. Sipping my tail with no chaser. My steps are guided by Jehovah. And my mama looking over. Yes, we are spelling in order. And that is the law of the land. Cause I stand strong. Baby, you no go minus. Baby, you LME 9+. Big fish flow like the ocean. Oh, I'm one stand strong. Baby, you did my back on. Baby, you LME 9+. Can't deny my devotion.
Channel Africa 1060. 6 decades of stories, voices, and vision.
Greatness Republic. DJ Natil, hit me.
Oroma, Cinderella from Puerto Rico. You carry go be fine face like Cabino. And as I see your ways, baby, I swear I say Ale, Aje, come my girl, you sweet like gelato. Oh, and you know, see your face today, I feel like to see you tomorrow. And if you drop my gelato, oh, you gon' know. Baby, come my place tonight, no go do me, Ojoro, Isabella. Joma Pamina, I don't call Uber, but I be carry Okada. Mayania, don't like Wahala. Don't want topical, but she want Gucci designer. Isabella. Joma Pamina. She want Gucci designer. Enter my motor, make I dance a willow. With your back way soft like pillow. Fire down like Ronaldinho. Choo, touch my body, ukuluku. I dey your dog, kuku. Angelina, choo. Girl, you sweet like gelato. Oh, and you know, see your face today, I feel like to see you tomorrow. And if you drop my gelato, oh, you gon' know. Baby, come my place tonight, no go do me, Ojoro, Isabella. Joma Pamina, I don't call Uber, but I be carry Okada. Mayania, don't like Wahala. Don't want topical, but she want Gucci designer. Isabella. Joma Pamina. Jo. Mayania. Hey. She want Gucci designer.
DJ Neptune coming through there with a song that is titled Gelato featuring Kaid. And before that one we had Stand Strong by Davido featuring the Sunday Service Choir. 3 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African Time. This is The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective. I saw something very interesting. By interesting, I mean very disgusting. Tato, our technical director, he's standing right next to me. I saw something very disgusting on social media. There's a lady that went viral not so long ago, and she was giving us travel hacks, right, on how you can travel better, and hotel hacks, what you can do to simplify your life in a hotel. And she said, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you didn't pack enough underwear, right? You didn't pack enough underwear, so you have to put them on rotation, right? And so she's like, okay, since that is the case where you have to put them on rotation, it's very unhygienic to just wear the same one over and over again. So she came up with a hack, and the hack is to take her underwear. I apologize in advance if you're a bit squirmish. To take the underwear and put it inside a coffee espresso machine and then press a button so that all the hot water can clean that underwear. Then you can take it out and then just blow dry it in the bathroom, and there you have clean underwear. The backlash that she has now received, it makes me think when I can't now go to a hotel and just use the coffee making machine there or the kettle because I don't know what was in it. Now you find people's, that is not a hack to be using. Please don't ever do it. If you heard it and you came across it on social media and thought it's a brilliant idea, it is not. It is disgusting. And in actual fact, now that you go to hotels, it makes me think twice about what I am using, what I am, the equipment, the appliances. It makes me think, what if someone used this microwave to dry their underwear? I think about these things now. Now I have to travel with my own washing machine. Oh, no, washing machine, that sounds hectic. Now I have to travel with my own microwave and my own kettle. Because there are people like this lady who are using a coffee making machine to wash their underwear. Do you think it's disgusting? Or is it just me? Let me know at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. It's gone 3 p.m. Central African time. We've entered the final hour of The Upside. But first, before we get into those festivities, let's get the latest news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. The top stories at this hour: challenges to formalize illegal miners in South Africa highlighted, and early drought caution issued for Cape Town. Good afternoon, I am Chandruko Ligege. The chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Mineral and Petroleum Resources in South Africa, Mekateko Mahlawule, says it is impossible to legalize those who are mining illegally, as the majority of them are undocumented foreigners. Mahlawule's remarks follow feedback by the National Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure on interventions undertaken to fight illegal mining in affected provinces. Mahlawule says for now it is still a challenge to formalize illegal miners known as Zamazamas.
If you were to take Stilfontein as an example, you arrested 2,092 people and only 21 were South Africans. So we try very hard to formalize South African people who are mining illegally and who would want to mine formally and legally. So if we were to take an approach to legalize everybody who is a Mazama, it means in South Africa we would have 1,000 and something people who are legalizing without documentation as South Africans.
The city of Cape Town in South Africa has issued an early drought caution, saying the metro's water supply is currently sitting at 20% less than this time last year. The city says it will assess the situation further during the highest rainfall months from June to August before considering water restrictions. The city's MACO member for water and sanitation, Dr. Zahid Badruden, has called for behavioral change in water use by the city's residents. He addressed the media in Cape Town.
So at the moment, our dam levels are at about 57%. We have seen week on week almost a 2% decrease in the volume of water in our dams. We know that about 70% of water that is being used in our city at this moment takes place in our homes, with the fear, unfortunately, that our dam levels may continue to decline on the background of us already estimating that the rains may come later in the year, further worsening the risk of potential restrictions in about November, if not earlier.
Zimbabwe has defended its decision to terminate negotiations on a proposed $350 million health funding agreement with the U.S. This comes after President Emmerson Mnangagwa directed that talks on the Memorandum of Understanding be halted, citing sovereignty and data protection concerns. The U.S. Embassy in Harare has expressed regret over the move, saying the deal would have supported key health programs. Government insists the decision was principled and in the national interest. Bunolo Maribe has more.
The decision follows a leaked internal government letter confirming President Mnangagwa's directive to discontinue negotiations under the America First Global Health Strategy. The U.S. Embassy says the agreement would have provided hundreds of millions of dollars over 5 years for HIV and AIDS treatment, tuberculosis, malaria, maternal health, and disease outbreak preparedness. But in a clarification, Secretary for Information, Nick Mangwana, says the draft deal required Zimbabwe to grant extensive access to sensitive health data. Meanwhile, Harare maintains it values its long-standing relationship with Washington.
Now in news concerning East Africa, the UN Security Council has announced new sanctions on 4 leaders of Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces over atrocities committed in the western city of Al-Fashir. The capture of the city in October was one of the most brutal chapters of the civil war. The BBC's Barbara Platt-Asher has more details.
The UN said Abdulrahim Dagalo had overseen operations on the day the RSF took over Al-Fashir, citing atrocities carried out by his forces, including mass killings and ethnically targeted executions. It also sanctioned a commander known as Abu Lulu, who earned the nickname Butcher of Al Fashar because of graphic videos he posted that showed him smiling while killing unarmed civilians. This is now the fourth time General Dagalo has been sanctioned, following earlier designations by the US, the UK, and the European Union. The other three commanders have also already been sanctioned by the US and Britain.
And finally, in the longest ever State of the Union address to Congress, U.S. President Donald Trump said his administration had delivered what he called a turnaround for the ages in his first year and ushered in a golden age. He singled out the Somali community in Minnesota for particularly disparaging comments. The BBC's Sarah Smith has more.
President Trump used this speech to tell Americans that in the 13 months since he returned to office, he has transformed the US from a nation in crisis to the hottest country on earth. As he claimed that the economy is roaring and the border is now secure, he deliberately steered away from recent controversies such as the killing of American citizens protesting against immigration raids and the Epstein files. Instead, he focused on the more popular policy of removing illegal immigrants who are also convicted criminals. And he said, thanks to him, America is winning again. Donald Trump's current low approval rating suggests voters have not got that message.
The top story at 3 p.m. Central African Time, the Portfolio Committee on Mineral and Petroleum Resources chairperson in South Africa, Mekateko Mahlaule, says it is impossible to legalize those who are mining illegally, as the majority of them are undocumented foreigners. That is all for now. For any stories you'd like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za, or you can call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Chanduko Ligege.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
7 minutes. There we go. 7 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. We've entered the final hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni. And I tell you what, we are traveling this Wednesday. And as part of our travels, we were talking about food earlier. Then we talked about the KZN Tourism and Film Authority. Now we are going to be talking all things cocktail and spirits festival with the Ajabu, which has become a cornerstone event, the Ajabu, for the continent's hospitality industry. It's pairing leading international bartenders with African talent to craft cocktails that celebrate indigenous ingredients, regional spirits, and Africa's evolving bar identity. It will be held in Johannesburg and Cape Town this March, so stay tuned to find out more about it. 7 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Catch us live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok.
Follow me, go like my shadow for night. Need somebody, baby, no delay. You can call me any time of day. Oh, baby, if you ever wonder, I promise I will treat you better. Love you soft and tender. Oh, senorita, open door, baby, make I enter. Waiting, make I do to show you that I love you, my senorita. I'm available anytime you want me.
10 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Johnny Drill coming through there with I'm Available. Sometimes we need to pay attention to these lyrics, hey? Because, listen to this, I'm available anytime you want me. I swear I'll leave it all behind, I swear. If you need me there, I'll be racing for you. Before you open your eyes, I'll be there. No, count me out. I'm not there. 10 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time.
Using Scholar Transport comes with responsibilities. Every learner has a role to play in keeping themselves, their friends, and the driver safe. Stay seated and behave responsibly. Avoid shouting, pushing, standing, or moving around inside the vehicle at any time. Think safety first. Remember that safety starts before the journey begins and continues until you are safely off the road. Good behavior saves lives. Your actions matter. Issued by the National Department of Transport.
Ahoy, matey!
Captain here to help, right, boys?
Set sail with us on a digital voyage like no other. Channel Africa has a treasure trove of awesomeness. That is our website and social media pages.
Tell me, why are you here?
We want you to be part of our adventure.
The winds are changing, Captain. And this time...
Imagine a world where curiosity knows no bounds, where entertainment meets enlightenment, and where every click leads to the African perspective. Visit us on our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, or follow us on Instagram or on X at Channel Africa 1. Go on, like us on Facebook at Channel Africa 1. So, spread the word. Tell a friend that Channel Africa's online variety is what they need on the web. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tebogo and Mmatsheko from the upside.
This is my decision. This is my decision. I don't think you listen. You listen. I don't think you listen. For me to come out, it must mean I'm not the dog. It must mean I'm not the same. It must mean I'm on your case. For me to come out, it means that I'm not the dog. I want to show you my world. Give me one break, I need faith. Faith to believe you, faith to receive you. Give me something I'm lacking, I don't need nothing. You are my everything. Only me and you, only me and
Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here.
Enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. I go kill you with sugar daddy. Oh Lord of mercy. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I want to see you shaky, shaky for daddy. Yeah. Sing for you like Doremi. Give you loving Mokobi. Oh baby, oh baby. Never find a yo. Wakuma suadio. I don't want me po me the anti all day. Never find a yo. Wouldn't feel bad yo. Yeah, all day I no go play with your love. Oh darling, you give me joy, joy, joy. No day like you, my lover. You give me joy, joy, joy. I go kill you with enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. Hey, I go kill you with enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. Murder is a murder. If you touch my baby, then it's a murder. Yeah, murder, I will murder. If you touch my baby, then it's a murder. Oh, they open up yo. Wakuma suadio. I don't want me for me the anti all day. They open up yo. Wouldn't be feeling bad yo. Yeah, all day I no go play with your love. Oh darling, you give me joy, joy, joy. Nobody did like you, my lover. You give me joy, joy, joy. I go kill you with enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. Hey, I go kill you with enjoyment, 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 enjoyment. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
18 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. We kicked you off with Me and You by Thames, and now this song, Enjoyment by Kiddy. You know, I pay attention to lyrics. I do. I don't know if you do. Because sometimes we end up singing these songs and we sing along. We don't really know what we are singing along to. Kill you with enjoyment. I mean, if I'm dead, I can't really enjoy it. But this is now just me being pedantic now. Let's talk about important things. The Africa's cocktail culture is stepping confidently onto the global stage. The Ajabu Cocktail and Spirits Festival returns to Johannesburg and Cape Town this March with its most expansive edition yet. Since launching in 2024, Ajabu has become a cornerstone event for the continent's hospitality industry, pairing leading international bartenders with African talent to craft cocktails that celebrate indigenous ingredients, regional spirits, and Africa's evolving bar identity. Co-founded by Colin Apia and Mark Talbot Holmes, the festival blends global collaboration with local investment, from pop-ups and tasting tables at Sin and Tax to activations around the Cape Town International Convention Center precinct. Through the Ajabu Scholarship Program, it continues to nurture the next generation of African bartenders. We've got Colin, who is joining us on the line. Colin, tell us a bit more about it. Colin, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to The Upside. How are you doing?
Greetings and salutation. Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to be here. And thank you for such a wonderful commentary of the Ajabu Cocktail and Spirits Festival.
Where did this idea start from? I mean, we're saying now that obviously it started in 2024, but what was the inspiration behind Ajabu?
I've been in the hospitality industry all of my career, and I've been blessed and lucky enough. Being African myself, I've had the pleasure of seeing all the cocktail festivals that have been going on around the world, which were places that people could congregate who were in the hospitality industry and who could actually connect and they could celebrate the diverse skill sets that they all had in the hospitality space. I really love the idea of starting one in South Africa because I used to own a bar in South
Oh,
Africa called The
wow.
Lab with a fellow Ghanaian called Douglas Sankra. Our first bar manager was Kurt Schlechter, who owns Cause Effect, and he's gone on to do many things. We also, on the back of that, we opened another bar called the Eclipse. But when Douglas was actually in Ghana, he created, in South Africa, he was inspired to create a cocktail which is a phenomenon all around the world called a Maverick Martini, which is also known as the Passion Fruit Martini. And it's gone on to being a major success. But with Ajabu, we have the opportunity to bring all of the best of South Africa, connecting them with the best in Africa. And I thought it was really important that we have more festivals on the continent so that people from overseas could come and celebrate what we have to offer because we have an amazing talent pool and also amazing ingredients.
Oh, love it. We're talking all things the Ajabu Cocktail and Spirits Festival, which has returned and will be returning to Johannesburg and Cape Town this March. Bartenders will be uniting from all around Africa. 22 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time, our conversation with the co-founder, Colin, will continue right after this.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Historia msikilizaji ya Valentine Day au siku ya wapendanao ilianzia katika nyakati za kale za dola la Roma. Watafiti wengi wa historia wanaamini kuwa siku hii inahusishwa na sherehe za kipagani zilizokuwa zikifanyika kila mwaka katikati ya mwezi Februari. Msikilizaji, sherehe hizo zilijulikana kama Lupercalia na zilifanyika kuadhimisha uzazi, upendo na mwanzo wa majira ya kuchipua.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
If it's news and current affairs, leading opinions, and thought leaders that get your groove, this is your home, The Upside.
23 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time, an event that will be bringing together the next generation of African bartenders. Ajabu Cocktail and Spirits Festival will be returning to Johannesburg and Cape Town this March, and we're currently in conversation with one of the co-founders, Colin Asser, up here, just to tell us a bit more about this festival. Colin, you had painted such a beautiful picture as to the inspiration to kickstart and launch this festival. What does Ajabu mean for Africa's hospitality identity on a global stage?
On the global stage, it means that we can have a space where we can all congregate and get together. What we are doing with the festival is we are opening it up to members of the public so you can get involved. You just literally go on Quicket. All of the events are on there. You will have the opportunity as well to visit and taste cocktails that are created by the best bar in Africa, which is Hero. Right now, the best bar in Africa is Hero, which is voted 50 best bar in Africa, which is Hero Bar from Nairobi. They'll be here making cocktails, which would be amazing. We kick off the festival with a tasting experience for all the consumers on Saturday the 7th. And then, of course, we have our amazing pop-ups in Joburg on the Tuesday evening as well, Tuesday the 10th. And then we go to Cape Town after to continue the celebration. And we want all of the consumers and avid cocktail lovers. Bring your friends. It's easy. It's complimentary registration on Quicket. You can come and taste some of the best cocktails in the industry. We've got bars coming from Ghana, Ghana Beach, and also a few bars from the US as well, and one from Mexico. So it's definitely a very varied mix of people and flavors that you're going to experience.
And Colin, you don't have to be someone who drinks alcohol, right? For example, I don't drink alcohol. Is this kind of event something that I would enjoy?
Oh, you'd absolutely enjoy it. There's a cocktail that we have across all of the bars. There's non-alcoholic options, so you too can feel part of it. Angostura, who's one of our sponsors, along with Real, they provide the ingredients and the backbone for bartenders to create some new non-alcoholic options for all of you, so everyone can feel part of the party. It's important to me.
I love it. I love it. And you'll be spotlighting indigenous ingredients. How important was this in sort of telling the African story that sets us apart from the rest of the world?
It's pivotal. Our ingredients are our culture. They're our heritage. And when we walk with those ingredients, we claim our true identity. We claim our heritage. And here in South Africa, there is an amazing fame-bosh of different flavors and ingredients that have never been seen around the world. And I really hope that those that have never tried these ingredients in a cocktail find the opportunity to try them and then take it away with them as well, to be able to tell the world about it.
Do you have a favorite or an indigenous ingredient? It doesn't have to be from South Africa. It could be from Ghana that you came across, that you found. Actually, this is not something I'm used to.
Yeah, a long time ago, many years ago, obviously, I came across rooibos, which was tea that I've been using for the last 30 years in cocktails.
That's
And
crazy.
then on top of that, there's what did I find recently, which I thought was really interesting? Snake grass, which is a bush which has a really beautiful aroma. It was very funny because one of our partners and friends, Kurt Schlechter, introduced us to it, and it adds a real kind of smoky kind of texture to a cocktail. But there's so many more ingredients. All the fresh fruit we have that is very hard to find. Pineapples taste differently on the continent to anywhere else in the world. Yeah, they taste very different. They're a lot sweeter.
Oh, no, they definitely are. Our citrus, our mangoes, our pineapple, everything.
Mango,
much sweeter.
everything. Exactly.
And Colin, let's talk about the education and mentorship focus, because it's not just going to be about you tasting the best cocktail from around Africa, but there's an education and a mentorship and scholarship. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, one of the things that we've always wanted to do was just introduce an education platform through the WSET and the Whiskey Exchange. And a lot of our partners, we provide scholarships to so many bartenders across the continent. We've given over about 200 scholarships since we've started.
Wow.
And everyone in the industry can apply. And they've gone to predominantly women. We're going to continue to do that because it's very important for us that everyone has the right education, because you can't unteach what you learn, right? So the more educated you are, the better. So we can claim that. And then when it comes to education, actually at the festivals, we have lots of amazing panels that you can actually take part in. So if you go on a Cricket page, you'll see the itinerary when you register. Also, you can go on the socials and you'll see all of the amazing activities that we have going on. So it's from it's from Saturday with the tasting experience in Joburg until the Wednesday. And then we go to Cape Town until Friday to do the same.
All right, just
to connect, collaborate, and create.
Just a reminder of those dates.
Yes, we start on the 7th of March. Yeah, 7th of March in Joburg, and we finish on the 10th in the evening. We have amazing pop-ups going on and collaborations, and then on the 11th, we start again in Cape Town. We have the premiere of a show called Bar, which is a deep dive behind one of the education platforms, which is viewed as like the Harvard of education in the bar industry. And a friend of ours, Steve Olson, and his team will be there to talk everyone through it. Then there'll be, through the week, there'll be pop-ups, education seminars in Cape Town, and we finish with a big closing party on the Sunday night at Batanga in Cape Town. So We want everyone to come and celebrate and come and pick your own cocktail safari and experience an amazing time. Bring your friends.
Oh, bring everyone. And Colin, just a reminder
Yes.
of that social media handle so we can keep up with the work of Ajabu.
Yes, at Ajabu Festival.
That's it. Colin, thank you so much for your time and all the best with the festival. The voice of the co-founder of the Ajabu Cocktail and Spirits Festival taking place in Johannesburg and Cape Town from the 7th of March. Colin Ase Apia. 30 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Let's get the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
We kick off with football news. With just 21 days to go before the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, the Harambee Starlets have intensified their preparations, lining up to crucial international friendlies in West Africa before heading to Europe for a residential training camp. The squad is set to depart on Saturday for Abidjan in Ivory Coast, where they will play 2 friendly matches as part of the competitive tune-up. Kenya will take on Benin on the 2nd of March before facing host Ivory Coast 2 days later. Both matches will be staged at the Stade Olympique Alassane Ouattara's RB. The fixtures are expected to provide a technical bench with a clear assessment of the team's tactical cohesion, match fitness, and overall readiness against competitive opposition. Proteas women wicketkeeper Sinalo Jafta has admitted to a huge relief that she finally got her half-century milestone in ODI cricket, which came on the occasion of her 50th match for South Africa. Jafta partnered with Sunay Luce at the crease to help their team to a 37-run victory in the first of 3 matches in Bloemfontein on Sunday and had a lot to celebrate, finishing on 57 not out. A 31-year-old says she always knew that she was capable of playing a big innings and draws a lot of confidence from that performance.
Yeah, I take a lot of confidence. I think for me it's just a relief feeling because I always knew it was possible. But I think when you look at the holistic picture, it was just that I just had to have belief. And going forward, my approach won't change. Just play a positive brand of cricket and then we take it from there.
The feat came at a cost to Jafta's partner on the day as Luce finished on a haunting 97, just 3 from her 3rd ODI turn. She revealed what the conversation was about between them in the middle.
So Sunay was like, "You're hot." Okay, so I'm just going to give you the ones because we wanted to take it as deep as possible because we knew that coming in it would be the likes of Tumi left and Ayanda, so we knew that we had to take it deep. And then Sunay literally was like, "Listen, team first, you're the one that's actually striking the ball, so I'm going to give you as much strike." And then when I actually got my 50, I was really working hard to just get over on the other side to make sure that she reaches her milestone. But I mean, with the person that she is, she always puts the team first. So I think for her, it was always going to be about the team.
On to rugby news, Springbok coach Rashi Rasmus has named a 49-man squad featuring 11 uncapped players for the team's first in-person alignment camp of the year in Cape Town. A notable return is that of Frans Malherbe, the tight-head prop who has been out of action since the 2023 Rugby World Cup final due to back and neck injuries. The group includes 14 Rugby World Cup winners and 5 under-20 players. Next month's camp will include a series of boardroom and gymnasium sessions. The international season kicks off on the 20th of June against the Barbarians in Gqeberha. The Nations Championship follows in July against England in Johannesburg, Scotland in Pretoria, and Wales in Durban before the start of the 4-match greatest rivalry series against the All Blacks in August. And finally, Harry Brooks' sensational century under pressure led England to the T20 World Cup semi-finals with a 2-wicket victory over Pakistan in Palakkele. The England captain promoted himself to number 3 after Phil Salt was dismissed first ball and made exactly 100 in a chase of 165. But now Pakistan must hope other results go their way and win the final Group 2 game against co-host Sri Lanka at this venue on Saturday. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, File Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za.
36 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. Let's get the latest in business news.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Good afternoon, I am Mosito Zuma. In your business news, the SAWA, South Africa's Finance Minister Nokudongwana, has held back from announcing a fiscal anchor as markets had anticipated. Presenting his 2026 national budget, Kodongwana says consultations on the matter are continuing. Ahead of the tabling of the budget, the International Monetary Fund had encouraged government to adopt a fiscal rule to curb debt. The IMF has warned that the previous spending ceilings introduced in 2012 had failed to stop debt from rising. The IMF is instead calling for stricter, binding measures. Kodongwana says more will be announced at the medium-term budget policy statement in October.
We aim to introduce a proposal of a principle-based fiscal anchor in the medium-term budget policy statement after thorough consultation in Cabinet, Parliament, and with the public. Just as inflation targeting provided clarity and credibility to monetary policy, the fiscal anchor aims to entrench fiscal credibility.
The National Treasury is making headway in narrowing the budget deficit to 4.5% of the GDP for 2025-2026. Finance Minister Nokudongwana says this is an improvement from the 4.8% that was estimated in the 2025 budget. Kodongwana tabled his 2026-2027 budget against a more favorable backdrop, with public finances reaching a turning point, stabilizing for the first time in 17 years. Speaking from Parliament in Cape Town, the minister says debt to GDP is set to stabilize at 78.9% in 2025-2026 and then trend lower.
This slightly higher debt peak this year reflects weaker nominal GDP growth and our decision to take advantage of strong investor demand in domestic and global markets by increasing our issuance in 25-26. The main budget primary surplus for 25-26 reaches 0.9% of GDP.
South Africa's Finance Minister Nokudongwana has announced an increase in tobacco and alcohol excise duties in line with inflation. The sin taxes are placed on non-essential items to discourage excessive alcohol and tobacco consumption, while also generating additional revenue for the government. Kodongwana says this includes excise duties on electronic nicotine and non-nicotine delivery systems. Kodongwana said increases to certain taxes are unavoidable.
As a result, a tax of 20 pack of cigarettes rises from 22.81 to 23.58. Pipe tobacco rises by 28 cents per 25 grams, and cigarettes tobacco by 87 cents per 50 grams. The excise on alcohol beverage also rises by inflation. As such, a 340 milliliter can of beer or cider increases by 8 cents. A 750 milliliter bottle of wine goes by 15 cents. A 750 million bottle of spirits will increase by 320.
Now in Kenya, the Kenyan government says a team from the International Monetary Fund was due to arrive in Kenya on Tuesday to discuss a new loan program. The East African nation has sought to clinch a new lending program after the expiry of the previous $3.6 billion deal in April, and both sides have since held a series of talks in Nairobi and Washington. The talks are aimed at ensuring that any new program aligns with Kenya's fiscal and economic priorities while supporting microeconomic stability, the government said in the prospectus, a part of a $2.25 billion issuance last week. The German Chancellor has been holding talks with the Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing. The Chancellor's visit comes as German businesses are sounding the alarm about the trade imbalance between the two countries. The BBC's Jessica Parker reports.
China has once again become Germany's top trading partner, but a major imbalance has emerged. Imports into Germany from China were more than double the value of those exported back last year, according to federal statistics. German business groups are urging the Chancellor to address what they see as major trade distortions through things like Chinese subsidies. Beijing has previously insisted it abides by international rules. As he departed on his trip, Chancellor Merz said he wanted a fair and reliable partnership and that it would be a mistake to decouple, meaning to disconnect from China.
Your financial indicators: one US dollar in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 346. In Botswana, it's 13.07. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 12, and in Zambia, it's 18.84. The BRICS countries: $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 reals 16. Russia is 76 rubles 33. India, it's 90 rupees 92. China, it's 6 yuan 89, and in South Africa, $1 is trading at 15 rand 98. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 84 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $5,187 and platinum at $2,292 per ounce. The price of Brent crude oil is at $70.99 a barrel. Now, for any stories you would like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I'm Mosito.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. 6 decades of rhythm, resonance, and relevance. We are Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Ritmos e cultura. Com Jacob Tivani.
Meus ouvintes do Ritmos e Cultura, hoje em linha com uma das grandezas da música moçambicana, porque não? Ele que é um dos kings da marrabenta, Mother Muda in the building.
É um prazer enorme estar a fazer parte deste programa. Deixe-me só saudar. Boa tarde a todos os ouvintes que me ouvem neste preciso momento. Meu nome é Mother Muda, de Alau Fanelo Estarapo, Gás de Água da Canhela é Mabiscato. Eu vou saudar de uma maneira diferente. Ah, titavuya mwanango, tiduma tifika giane. Ah, titavuya mwanango, tiduma tifika giane. Ani motivelo ababa yena otiva mina haikonama. Ani motivelo anona yena otiva wahimbo wadwa. Cá estou eu, irmão, para conversarmos, para falarmos um pouco de tudo. Estou aqui, estou aberto. Eu estou muito feliz porque é a primeira vez que eu falo nesta rádio, falo para os ouvintes, então estou muito feliz.
Ritmos e cultura com Jacob Tivani. Todos os domingos das 20 às 21 horas.
Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Ang popa mutimo, ang pawahai moya, o halalela. Ang tumalifatsing lena, kamorero le sepeo kamo ang pamatswadi balerato kimototlo kabona pamponsatsela pantataisa pangsupisa monnetelinteng parehona otlafisha moyang teng parna lena otlafisha moyang teng lena get otlafisha moyang teng lena. Salibella che ne che sazibi hormona che le valen l'antua le solan fela che le ruma la moya ufumana poloso che una tela la hailenswe berin che nazzella l'ennete le bupillo mi focolo nyaga pamatla mohawa
It's the Upside for the best African vibes, groundbreaking content.
Too real to forget, I don't reason. No
10 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. Beautiful music coming through on the African continent. We had Malay there with Kitlofihla. And that last song from two of Africa's brightest stars, Tyler and Thames, with a song titled Number One. Let's take a quick breather. When we get back, we hand over the mic and find out what's coming up in Africa in business.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge et Bina l'export depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Upside with Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world. On Channel Africa, the African perspective.
8 minutes to go before 4 p.m. Central African time. Still live on social media, streaming at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. It's now time for us to find out what's coming up in the world of business. Africa in Business with Mr. Innocent Samosa. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good, brother. Good afternoon to you and our listeners. It's good to be alongside you.
Amazing. Lovely having you. What's coming up on Africa in Business
I can tell you now that it's been a busy day in business today. Yesterday, there was Nigeria's MPC. That's why we're going to Nigeria. We're hearing that the Monetary Policy Committee in that country has cut the monetary policy rate by 50 basis points. That is 26.5%. Now, we'll be talking to an economist in Nigeria to really find out what does the 50 basis point cut signal, does it signal confidence considering what has been going on in terms of inflation in that particular part of the continent?
Yes.
But also we'll be zoning into the budget speech and interesting takeaways. I mean, we're hearing that the global economic growth is focused at 3.3% in 2026, the economy to grow around 1.6% in 2026. So debt stabilized at 8.9% of GDP. But also, if you love your beer and wine, I've got bad news for you because beer is going up by 8 cents and wine up by 15 cents. So grants is also going up for kids and for elderly people. So interesting. We'll be dissecting the budget speech that's coming up in the next hour.
Amazing. I tell you what, I don't think it would affect people, the increase in beer and wine. We enjoy our beer in South Africa, in Africa.
Don't you think it will promote illicit, beer selling?
It will.
Because the conventional ones are expensive.
So now you have to go behind closed doors to get your... But then the effects that will have and the impact on your health long term. But I also realize that no matter how much you increase alcohol in Africa,
remember
people will still buy. COVID. Remember COVID? At some point there were beers that you would normally buy for like 20, 30 rand. They were going for 100, 200 rand. And people were buying it. People were buying it.
Interesting.
Anyway, Africa in Business coming up next with Mr. Innocent Samosa. From us, the Upsiders, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye-bye.